Masala Mama here. Let's make Imli ki chutney. Actually, chutneys. We're going to make one thin chutney like this that you dip your samosa in. And we're going to make another chutney that you can just put on top of your chaat. We're always going to start with Imli pulp. And this is the one I always buy. What you're going to do is you're going to break up the clumps, put it in a large pot, and you're going to pour 6 cups of boiling water on top. And then you're going to just break up all of the lumps and you're going to put it over the stove for about 15 minutes until the whole pulp is soft like this. And now we're going to strain all the pulp. Imli or tamarind is very stringy. It comes in long pods and it has little pockets inside, individually wrapped, and there's pulp inside and then there's also a seed. So we just want to separate the pulp from all of that. You can use the back of spoon to push the pulp through, but my hands are clean. I'm going to use my hands. And by using your hand, you can also feel for any seeds or anything that's hard or gritty, and you can pull it out. And this is how you remove the pulp. It's very easy. It's a little bit time consuming. It's a labor of love. You can also use some water to thin out the pulp and keep pushing it through. So let me show you. So the imli comes, these are like actual pockets and there's supposed to be a seed inside and a pulp. So they removed most of the seeds and we're just trying to separate the pulp. And here's all the tamarind pulp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the pulp out and not make chutney from it. I'm going to just keep it in my freezer. And if I need just imli pulp on its own, I can use this. So first, let's make our chutney. This is the first chutney we're going to make. This is going to be a spicy, thick chutney. We removed the pulp already, and this is what's left over. I've left some of the pulp in there, and now I'm just going to go with my fingers and make sure there's no seeds in it. I found 2. So even if you buy one that says seedless tamarind, you just still want to be careful. I added 1 cup of water, teaspoon of salt, almost teaspoon of red chili powder, and 2.5 cups of sugar. Just remember, the tamarind or the imli is very, very sour. You have to balance out all of the tastes. And this is going to be extra spicy, so I added some crushed chili peppers as well. And now we're going to put this on the stove and we're going to heat it, and the sugar is going to release its water and then it's going to thicken. You're going to put this on low heat and bring it to a simmer. And you can see all the spices coming to the surface. At this point, you can taste. And if you want it to be a little bit more spicy, you can add some more chili powder. Or if you want it to be a little bit more sweet, you can add some more sugar. You're going to do this for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then you're going to let it completely cool. Only then you'll know how thick it is. And that chili flake is going to give it a bite. And now you can take it out in whatever containers you like. You can keep it in the fridge for about 4 weeks. And you can keep it in the freezer for about 6 months. This thickness and this kind of chutney is really good to eat, let's say, with a rice dish or on top of some sort of a chaat. So it's not liquidy and flying off everywhere. It's nice and thick and it's so good. And here it is all packaged up. And now we're going to move on to our other chutney. This is a chutney that you typically get to eat with your samosas and your any kind of pakoras. So this particular pulp is about, I would say, 1.5 cups of pulp, and the rest is water because we used water to soak in it, and we also used water to use it when we were pressing through the sieve. You have to use salt, you have to use chili powder because this tamarind is so sour. You need to balance out all the tastes. And you need lots and lots of sugar. For this, I used 6 cups of sugar total. Again, you can put this on low heat, bring it to a simmer, and you can see the spices rising to the surface. Make sure your heat is low. If it's high, it's going to start spluttering and it's going to be all over your kitchen counter, your stove. Mix this, and you're going to cook this on low heat for about 25 to 30 minutes. After about 30 minutes, you're going to just let it sit on the stove for about an hour until it's completely cooled down. So I left this overnight, and look what a lovely and glossy chutney this is. If you want this to be thinner, add some boiling water, and if you want it to be thicker, just leave it on the stove for about another 10 minutes on low heat. I got about 8 cups of chutney out of this. I wish I could somehow show how beautiful this is. I've already had like a few tablespoons of this chutney. So good. And now you can go ahead and pour it into whatever containers you like. I like these ones. They have a top that you can screw on, and then you can pour from that. And let's label. This chutney preparation is actually for Ramadan, so I'm going to be freezing some of those, using some of those right now, and giving some to friends. Follow me on my YouTube channel. Watch Masala Mama.